Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with lesson number 62 of the 4th grade Excel. I'm your host, Mr. Bedley. Remember, and we are learning two-digit multiplication with regrouping. This is pretty tricky, so you're going to want to pay real close attention here. Remember that when you are regrouping with multiplication, the tens or hundreds that are being regrouped are added after you multiply. After you multiply first, and then you add the regrouping. Let's take a look at sample problem here, number 1, and so you can see how these are done. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay? What we're basically doing first is we're multiplying the 24, the top number, times the ones place. So we're doing 24 times 2. And then 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Now that's pretty simple so far because 24 times 2 is 48. Now we're going to multiply 24 times this digit right here, which is actually in the tens place. So we're multiplying it by 30, right? 24 times 30. Well, any number that's being multiplied by 30 or 40 or 10 or whatever, it's going to end with a 0. We can't have a number in the ones place besides 0 because think about it. I'm doing 24 30 times. Well, if I do it 10 times, I'm going to get 240. It's going to end in a 0. So I have to put a 0 down here to hold the place of the ones. Then I multiply 24 times 3, or actually times 30, but just think of it as 24 times 3. So 4 times 3 first is 12. That 2 is right there from the 12, and I'm carrying a 1, regrouping that over to the next place. Then I multiply 2 times 3 right there, which is 6, and I add 1 more, which makes 7, or 700, because it's actually multiplying 20 times 30, which is 600, plus 1 more 100 is 700. So now I've got two answers. I've got 48 and I've got 720. I add those two together to get 768. If it's easier for you, you can split these into two different problems. You can do 24 times 2, like that, and then you can do 24 times 30, because that 3 is in the tens place, and then add these two answers together, if that will help you. All right, here's another sample problem. Take a look at this and see if you can have your brain stay one little step ahead of me, okay? 3 times 6 first, we're multiplying 43 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. Regroup with the ones going over to the tens place here. That 1 from 18, right? 10, 8, 18. 4 times 6 is 24, or 240, and then 1 more 10 makes 250, and that's what's written right there. Now I'm done multiplying 43 times 6, so I'm going to multiply 43 times 20, because the 2 is in the tens place. Got to put a 0 down to hold the ones place, and then 3 times 2 is 6, that goes right here, and 4 times 2 is 8, that goes right here. Then I add my two partial products together. So 8 plus 0 is 8, 5 plus 6 is 11, carry the 1, 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So we have 1,118 is the answer. All right, let's try number 3 together. We're going to do this together. You write on your paper while I'm doing it, okay? See if you can keep your brain one step ahead of me again. So first I'm multiplying 63 times 8. 3 times 8 is, think, 24. Let's bring this 2 up here to regroup. And now I'm multiplying 6 times 8. What is 6 times 8? For those of you that have trouble with that, just split the 8 in half. You know that 6 times 4 is 24. So you have two 6 times 4s. 6 times 4, 6 times 4, that would be 6 times 8. So 6 times 4 is 24. 24 plus 24 is 48. 48 plus 2 is 50. Got to keep it nice and neat inside of the dotted lines. Okay, now I'm finished multiplying 63 times 8. Now I'm going to multiply 63 times 20 right there, okay? I got to put a 0 down to hold the ones place, 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 times 2 is 12. Shouldn't be too tough for you there, not too hard as long as you know your times tables. Add those together, you get 4, 6, 7, and 1, 1,764. Okay, pause the video, do number 4 on your own, turn it back on when you're ready to see the solution. 4 times 2 is 8 is what you should have done, and then 6 times 2 is 12. I've multiplied 64 times 2. Done with the 2. Now I'm going to multiply 64 times 30, which means I need a 0 to hold the 1's place. 4 times 3 is 12. We're going to regroup with the 1 up here to the, actually it's going to be in the hundreds place, but we're going to do 60 times 30 now. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 1 more makes 19. So we've got 1900 there. Add the two partial products together. 8, 4, 10, carry the 1 over to here, regroup with a 1 in the thousands place, and you get 2,048. All right, go ahead and pause the video, do number 5, turn it back on when you're ready for the solution. 3 times 7, 21. Regroup with the 2 over here. 4 times 7 is 28. 2 more makes 30. I'm going to scribble out that 2 so I don't accidentally use it when I go to the next step. Then I'm multiplying 43 times 10. So I need a 0 here, and then 43 times 1, 430, because 43 times 10 is 430. Add those two together. 1, 3, 7, and there's your solution. All right, here are a bunch more problems to do. Why don't we split these up a little bit? Let's do 6 and 7 first, and then we'll go over those, and then we'll do 8, 9, and 10. So do 6 and 7, pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready to see the solution. All right, so we've got 5 times 3 is 15. Regroup with the 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. I'm done with the 3, and now I'm doing, I got to put a 0 to hold the 1's place. 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 1 is 2. Add the two partial products together. And, oops, let me fix that, okay. Add those together, you get 5, 12, carry the 1, 3. All right, the next one you should have done 6 times 1 is 6, 2 times 1 is 2. We're done with that 1. Now we go to 26 times 50, a 0 in the 1's place. 6 times 5 is 30. Regroup with the 3. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 3 is 13. Add those together, and you easily get 1,326. Okay, pause the video, do the next 3, and then turn it back on when you're ready for the solutions. All right, so here we go. You should have already done these 3 problems. 7 times 4 is 28. Regroup with the 2. 6 times 7 is 42. Plus 2 is 44. And let's get that out of there so we don't accidentally use it again. Now I'm going to do 64 times 20. Hold the 1's place with a 0. 4 times 2 is 8. And 6 times 2 is 12. Add those together and get 8, 12. Regroup with the 1, 7, and 1. 3 times 8 is 24. Regroup with the 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Plus 2 is 18. All right, we're done with that, so let's scribble it out. We're done with the 8. Let's get rid of that. And a 0 to hold the 1's place. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. Add those together. 4, 14, and 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. We're done with that. Now we're doing 43 times 90. Need a 0 to hold the 1's place. 3 times 9 is 27. Regroup with the 2. 4 times 9 is 36. Plus 2 is 38. Add it together and get 6, 15, 9, and 3. 3,956. All right, we got some math facts to practice. Pause the video, do all of these as fast as you can, and then turn on the video to check your solutions. All right, so you should have already done all of these, And here are the answers. There you go. Pause the video, check all your work, change any answers that are wrong, and we'll see you later. Have a good day.